Goes live now.
Conditions apply.
Camera.
18 plus, gamble aware.
Shared on Twitter.
Live on Periscope. Live on Twitter.
Live on Facebook.
Collect 10 tokens inside
You
the
put out a tweet to that effect.
Well, it'll be live on Twitter now.
MG, it's saved to your personal Facebook.
Anything but
Okay.
because right now at Wix there's 3 for 2 on absolutely all paint. That's all brands,
So what
all
do we tell
types, all
people?
colours, all the way up
It's
to the
currently
21st
live on
of February.
Twitter.
Wix,
Right.
let's do it
Okay,
right.
but it can also be accessible
trip to
on
Beijing on
People
Talk
are out in the
Sport.
street.
With Odeon and the
Well, you don't
Great
need to
War.
because it's on
The
Twitter.
epic new fantasy
That's the
action
screen
movie
now.
starring
Well, I can't
Matt
find it.
Damon. Enter online now
right,
at
well, it's not on Twitter.
talksport.com/win,
Why is it on
and
my
you and a
Twitter?
friend could be jetting off to China
Well, I think
on
you
your
have
very
to,
own 7-night
you
adventure of a
follow the two
lifetime,
marks, right?
including
Yeah.
spending money to
Oh,
enjoy
got
the
it.
sights,
Got it.
the sounds, or even the Chinese Super League. Uncover the mystery
Yeah, but
of
hang
the
on, I
Great
can't see
War.
my own
The
face,
epic
why
new
not?
fantasy
Well, that's
action
because
movie
it's
starring
kind of
Matt
slightly
Damon.
lagged.
Tickets on sale now at odeon.co.uk. Terms and conditions apply.
Coming up next right here on Talk Sport, it's time for Porkyvision. It is live on Twitter, it is live on Periscope, it's also live on Facebook, which we'll give you a link to so that you can look at it there as well. Lots more to come before we get to Porkyvision, because it's time for the sports headlines.
25 minutes were a nightmare with no answers. The thoughts of Arsene Wenger after his Arsenal side lost 5-1 at Bayern Munich in the Champions League last 16 first leg. It means they'll need to win the second leg 4-0 or by 5 clear goals to get through to the quarter-finals for the first time in 7 years. Elsewhere in the Champions League, Real Madrid beat Napoli 3-1. Second place Aberdeen smashed Motherwell 7-2 in the Scottish Premiership. Spurs and Manchester United are both in Europa League last 32 first leg action later. You can hear Tottenham's trip to Ghent live and in full on TalkSport from 6, while United are at home to St Etienne from 8:05. And Joe Root says he wants to continue to play as much one-day and T20 cricket as possible, despite having taken the England Test captaincy.
The two mics, simulcast across the UK on Talk Sport and Talk Radio.
As your TV reviewer, I can reveal there are no plans for a new series.
Yeah, no, but wasn't there a previous series?
Oh, hang on a moment, it says here there might be a new series. What's the problem?
This is Talk Sport. We are the two mics, and it is that time of the week when we get to the best TV review you've ever heard in
Sure
your
is.
entire life.
Yeah.
Luckily, for those of you who haven't had enough of listening to it, you can now watch it live.
You can.
We are live on Periscope, on Twitter, and also, of course, on Facebook as well. So get to one of those particular outlets, platforms, whatever you want to call them, and watch Porky writhe his way through the TV review.
Right. What's that about?
Well, you move around a bit.
Right, yeah, I can. Yeah.
Writhing. Is there much writhing in the report this week?
Well, you know my potential great friend Sheila Ferguson of the 3 Degrees.
Yes, people have been tweeting about her.
Yeah.
Was she on the One Show?
No, she's on the Real Marigold Hotel.
Oh yeah.
That's a show based on the film.
Yes,
Have you seen the film?
I saw the first film. I think did they not make a second one as well?
I don't know. Was the film any good?
I quite liked the first one.
Yeah, what was it about?
Well, it was about a load of old people who ended up in India.
I don't generally like things about old people, to be honest.
I don't know why, because there were some great actresses and actors in it.
Yeah.
And the guy from Slumdog Millionaire was the sort of hotel manager.
Right.
And he was very funny, and there was lots of good interchanges between people.
Okay.
It was like a bunch of sort of relatively middle-class people going out to India for a holiday.
Doesn't sound very interesting, that to me.
It was.
Anyway, so Sheila's in it, right?
Is she?
Yes.
What part does she play?
Well, I don't know, because I haven't seen it yet. The point is that I decided to record it.
Okay.
And I will be watching it soon, so that's probably for the future.
Did you see her on the One Show last night?
No.
Why not?
I don't watch the One Show.
Don't you?
Don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I think it's on a regular basis just plugs somebody's new show, new book.
Which is always on BBC, right?
Yeah, exactly. New DVD, new programme, new something, new car, whatever.
If they asked you on it, you'd go there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would, yes, definitely. Yeah, because it's a big audience,
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, talking about the BBC,
yes,
and I think I'm right in saying that, what was it called? The Shannon Matthews thing?
Yes.
Called Moorside.
Moorside.
That was the name of the council housing estate they all lived on.
Was it Moorside or Moorhill?
Moorhead. No? No? Was it? No, it's Moorside, wasn't it?
Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't know.
Moorside. It's definitely Moorside.
Is it?
Definitely Moorside.
Okay.
Now, I thought it was quite brilliant, actually. It was a BBC production, but I thought what's the name of the great actress? Sheridan.
Hey?
What's her name? Sheridan?
Nicolette Sheridan?
No. Sheridan Morley?
Sheridan Morley.
Is it Sheridan?
That's a bloke, isn't it?
No. You know, she's great. She was in that...
She's not the one that was in the West End thing.
Yeah, and then had to be called off because she got a little bit emotional. And what was her name?
Sheridan Smith.
Sheridan Smith.
Is she a great actress?
Scylla? She did Scylla.
Scylla was in it.
No, you idiot. She did the show and played Scylla Black, and she was brilliant. That's where she came from.
Okay.
Now, she was in this, but what's interesting was she didn't play the villain of the piece, which was the woman Shannon Matthews, the mother who
played her then?
Oh, I don't know, somebody else.
Right, okay.
Who looked very much like the original woman. But what the role that Sheridan Smith played was her best friend, who stood by her all this time, and actually became almost as vilified as a friend did, even though it was just out of loyalty she stuck by her.
But she didn't know that she was...
She didn't know that her friend had actually kidnapped her own daughter.
Deception,
Yeah, and I tell you what, I thought it was great, not so much for, unravelling the plot of this, very bizarre kidnapping your own daughter and getting your friends to go and supply information to claim the reward money and all that. Yeah, I mean, life in its very, very most basic form.
Ghastly.
And the lives that some people lead, you could tell it was just so basic and ghastly and horrible. Yeah. But nevertheless, high on sort of moral human values, as portrayed by Sheridan Smith, who, believe it or not, gave testimony in court for her friend, described her as weak and corrupt and all, but
I bet she was very grateful for that.
Yeah, well, no, but she had to balance it up by saying she was a victim of her upbringing and all this kind of and then went to keep seeing it for the 6 years that her friend spent in jail and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
So this show goes beyond the actual events itself. And
no, it's all about the events and the aftermath of when it's all found.
Does it go through the whole time she spends in jail then?
No, that's covered in just the last 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Then just put a captions at the end saying, she was jailed for 8 years, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was dramatically, it was great, and Sheridan Smith was brilliant. No Rogerising as such, okay?
Well, it's not really...
Well, I've had a complaint. I had a complaint that there might be too much Rogerising stuff in the Porky review.
Well, I think the point is that over the last couple of weeks it has been very Roger-ring heavy.
So I thought I'd start with drama first. Get the drama out of the way.
Yes, good.
Now there have been Rogerising programmes, obviously. Taboo. Now I don't know whether the taboo relates to what's been going on in Taboo, but very weirdly, and this all happened like 2 centuries ago.
Yes.
And in a very, very dark sort of plot involving the East India Company and actually nearly 3 centuries ago.
Is it not dragging on a bit now, Taboo?
Well, I think it's finished.
Is it?
Or if it hasn't, there's only one show left.
Well, I'm pretty sure I watched it on Saturday night.
Yeah, but I think that was the last one.
I don't think it was.
It wasn't the last one, okay.
No, I'm pretty sure
it must be another one then,
yeah.
Anyway, so what happens is, for some unknown reason, he's got a half-sister. Now, about 2 episodes ago, I couldn't work out why the half-sister sat across his knee in a very sort of provocative manner.
Exactly.
I thought, what's going on here?
Well, I've always wondered about that too.
Well, now it's gone further.
Certainly has.
They've indulged in Rogerisation, and I found it quite unseemly.
It's quite graphic as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you see, I can't knock it because it's written by Stephen Knight, who is the genius who created and wrote Porky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Sorry. Peaky Blinders.
Yes.
And who, in fact, gave me a Peaky Blinders hat.
He did.
A Stetson. When I went to...
A Stetson?
Yeah, a Stetson.
Stetson?
They're made by Stetson.
Are they?
Peaky Blinder hats are made by the famous...
It's only that I know that you'll tell me that a Stetson is the make, but generally speaking, when you say Stetson, you think of a cowboy hat, don't you?
A Stetson is normally a 10-gallon hat, which is worn by cowboys in Texas.
Yeah.
But this is a genuinely made by Stetson.
But if you said, I've got a Stetson, you wouldn't think it was a flat cap.
No, you wouldn't normally. No, but it suits me very well, actually. Anybody who wants to see me in my Stetson flat cap just has to look at our new website, and you'll see there's plenty of pictures on there with me in my flat cap.
Well, you were wearing it to carry your pizza boxes as well the other night.
I was indeed. That's absolutely right. So anyway, I don't really want to talk about that because it's a bit of a difficult subject. You know what I mean?
It is a bit tricky.
But it's the sort of thing that went on in those days.
Yeah. Well, it still goes on now.
Well, I hope not. But 3 centuries
you mean the
ago,
half-sister thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, there used to be a rule that you couldn't marry your cousin. Now, apparently, you can.
Anyway, we'll leave that one behind. Yeah. Because what I want to tell you about is... what else is there? I know. The Halcyon. Now, the Halcyon is getting a bit of Rogerisation in it. But the problem is, I'm finding it difficult now to look at the Halcyon because I find it so cliched.
Right.
For instance, there's a singer in the band in the Halcyon Hotel, and she's one of these singers with a heart of gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a rough diamond
Yes.
who's singing in a posh hotel.
Oh, yeah.
But then a drunken mother turns up, and so she nearly loses her job because her mother crashes around in the ballroom.
And she's not of the right class.
Yeah, and yeah, we've seen all that before.
It's all a bit class-ridden, isn't it?
Yeah, it's seen all that before. And then the band leader, you know, sells his trumpet for some unknown reason, goes and flogs his trumpet, and gives the money to the singer's mother and tells her to push off.
Okay.
You know,
and she then goes back to the gin palace, presumably.
Yeah.
It's even more bladdered.
Yeah, I mean, it's all very cliched, and other cliches in it. Things like, you know, the daughter of the hotel manager wants to do her bit for the war effort, so she joins the WRVS, the Women's Royal Voluntary Service, goes out in the middle of the night, gets bombed, and is, you know, kneeling by dead bodies to protect them and all this kind of stuff. You know, all a bit.
It seems to have been going on for a long time. This
seems to be going on for a long time.
You started reviewing Halcyon before Taboo, before
I did.
What was the courtyard one?
Yew Tree. No,
Yew Tree
no,
Yard.
No, that's the address of one of my properties actually. Yew Tree Court.
Is it?
No, Apple Tree Yard.
A bit unfortunate.
Apple Tree Court. Apple Tree Court. Apple Tree Court. Yeah, that's all over now.
Apple Tree Yard.
Apple Tree Court.
Sure?
Apple Tree Yard.
I think it's Yard.
Apple Tree Yard, yes, could be. Now, the point is that in the Halcyon, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing.
What?
I'm laughing at.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm laughing at the camera which is sitting there.
Right. Okay.
And recording you.
Yes, that's all right. Now then, what happens is in the Halcyon,
Yeah.
the Lady Hamilton,
Yes.
who of course was the wife of the owner of the Halcyon, Lord Hamilton.
Not the one that was involved with Nelson.
Nelson.
Lady Hamilton.
No, you idiot. And Lord Hamilton, just to recap, died while he was having a Rogerisation, mass Rogerisation with his mistress in the main suite in the hotel.
Yes.
And his servant.
Sounds really boring, this Halcyon.
No, his servant.
Does it ever do anything outside of the hotel?
No.
So it's all in the hotel.
Well, there's a bit of bombing going on outside the hotel. You know, a few houses getting bombed, people getting killed, and all that kind of stuff. You know, which used to happen during the Second World War, actually, with the Blitz and all that. And so what happens is that Lady Hamilton has now found herself a new boyfriend.
You've told us all this already.
No. It's developed. It's developed. Another terrible cliche: the son of Lady Hamilton is found with a new male lover, right?
Hang on.
Yeah.
The son of Lady Hamilton.
Yeah.
Who is, I thought, the new Lady Hamilton, or is this the old Lady Hamilton?
No, there's only one Lady Hamilton.
Okay,
but
there's two, because there's the one that was with Nelson.
Oh, no, you're an idiot. But there's two sons, so one has now become Lord Hamilton.
So the one who's become Lord Hamilton's new.
Yeah, but there's a younger son.
One, okay.
Now he turns out to be gay.
Okay.
And again, very cliched, the cocktail waiter who he's having a fling with is seen emerging from his suite, and his mother, that's Lady Hamilton's new lover, spots this.
Right. God, it's a bit incestuous, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
I don't mean incestuous in that way.
No, spots her, and then of course he has to go down to the bar and say, "Please don't tell Mummy, you know, that I've got a boyfriend." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he says, "No,
sounds awful.
No, of course I wouldn't, old chap." And again, it's very cliched. How many times have you seen that plot? You know.
Yeah. Rubbish.
You know about you've got to hide your homosexuality, and because you don't have to anymore. You know, fortunately, we're much more enlightened society.
Yeah, we certainly are. Thank God for that.
But this, of course, was 1940.
Right.
So, but it is all a little bit cliche, to be honest. And
so give it a miss, is what you're saying.
Well, there isn't any what I would call fun Rogerisation in that one.
Right.
So there's no fun Rogerisation in Taboo.
No.
Didn't get.
How would you describe fun Rogerisation then?
Well, where
everybody
people
laugh and a shout.
Yeah, laugh and a shout.
People pinching each other's bottoms. That kind of
no, people seem to be enjoying a bit of the old bouncy bed syndrome type stuff. You know what I mean? Which is what I think it should all be all about. And also, you don't even want to think about the Rogerisation, the Shannon Matthews thing, because the Shannon Matthews herself has got like 7 kids by about 4 different husbands.
That's just horrendous.
And it's it's not something that we want to be familiar with, to be honest.
No, quite right.
So I have to say, it wasn't a great week of enjoyable viewing at all.
No.
Coronation Street was actually a bit better
maybe
for all that.
Maybe people can just watch your Porkyvision. We're running out of time
Young
now.
girls in Coronation Street
look.
running round all. Don't worry about that.
Look at
Running
the
round
time.
all over the place, trying to find themselves a bit of, beefcake. That's all I can say.
Okay, all right. When we get
family
to
show
next
family
week,
show.
it is a family show. This is the two mics. We are the two mics. That is Porkyvision.
It was.
For the week.
Spoken like a true man.
Very good. Now, I'm going to go switch it off.
Yeah. Okay. See, a very flat stomach.
A sports broadcast colossus joins TalkSport's League of Legends.
Join me, Jim White, this morning from 10 on TalkSport.